This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome aboard to tonight's live stream as we finish up this evening's gold medal game between Canada and, of course, Czechia. Checking in here, 2-0 Canada with 8:14 to go here in the second period. It'll take me just a few more moments to boot everything up correctly, but let me tell you, we are this close to deciding who goes home with the gold medal at the World Juniors, as the U.S. outscored the Swedes to take the bronze in overtime earlier today. And now it all comes down to this: Canada up 2-0, looking to hold on and take home a gold medal on home soil once again against the Czechian side. All right, as we get set here, friends, it's 2-0 for Canada. That's what you need to know as we're getting going. For some reason, they still haven't updated the goal for Canada as of yet. That's kind of odd, but you will see here. We'll get the scoreboard up and we will just worry about that in a matter of moments. It's more important that we get some kind of scoreboard up than nothing at all, and it should reflect 2-0 in a matter of moments here. All right, friends. For some reason it is coming up 1-0, but it is 2-0 for Canada. A reminder, if you're just joining the stream, don't forget to leave a like as you get on in here, and let's get this thing rocking this evening. All right, let's get to it. 8:07 to go in the second period. Like I said, Canada up 2-0. I believe they've had either one or two disallowed goals this evening, so they've had kind of that night that the U.S. has had, yet not the collapse that the Americans had against us. Well, last night, as Czechia will win it out into the neutral zone. It'll be down into the Canadian end. Del Mastro will play it up off the boards. The Czechs fire it off the boards towards the net, but it goes on wide. The Czech side still able to roll it around the Canadian zone. They've still got possession on the near side wing in the Canadian end, as it'll go back to the point here. The one-timer blasted, blocked in front by Roy, and he'll get it back the other way for the Canadians, who get Stankoven coming down the left wing. Stankoven into the corner, and he'll get battling there against the Czechs, and this one will be worked out back into the neutral zone. The Czech inside wearing the red tonight. Canada in their fancy white uniforms as we get set to hopefully take home a gold medal. 7:20 to go here in this second period of play. A 2-0 lead for Canada as we are rocking and rolling. The shots currently 17-12. The puck down deep behind the Czech net. Both teams battling there for it. It comes back into the middle of the ice where it's flipped out into the neutral zone by the Czechs, and that will be a regroup and a re-wheel by Brant Clark, who wheels through the neutral zone, chips it on in on the dump in. He'll go off for a change, and that allows the Czechs to pick up possession, although one player goes into the boards, nearly misses there, and this could be an icing call against Czechia, but a nice, great effort there to get a shot out of a waved off icing call, and that one a dangerous chance to get back to 2-1. However, it is only 2-0 still for Canada as Canada continues to possess the puck within their own zone. They'll get it back to the blue line where it'll be dumped further down into the neutral end before the Czechs carry it back into their own zone. 6:24 to go here in this second period of play as we are rocking and rolling into the slot. No, offside. Sorry, never mind. I thought that one was going to dribble into the slot for the Czechs to set up an attack. However, Canada has them offside. Brant Clark carries into the neutral, and Adam Fantilli digs it on down deep behind the net. Canada chasing after possession here. A bobble there by the Czechs will allow possession to Canada on the near side wing. Fantilli with the puck. He'll fire it down in behind the net, and it'll go around all the way to the far side corner, where the Czechs and Canadians meet it there and toss it up a little bit before Czechia is able to come into possession. And we will have what appears to be an interference call against Czechia. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to Dolynny TV, my friends. My great pleasure to have you along this evening, as it is where we find watching a little ahead of you, Miles. Yeah, you folks will be ahead of me a little bit. That's the best part about watching on the online streaming services, is they're a few minutes behind, but it is what it is right now as it's going for Canada. At least, hey, we're winning 2-0 and we haven't missed any major goal as of yet. Trevor, welcome in. As I think Gillies TV is coming in to fire in your question. Julie, welcome into the stream as well. And he stopped 3 out of 4 So the Czech goalie back at it again tonight, stopping 3 out of 4 Canadian breakaways so far. Like I said, friends, I have not had much of an opportunity to know anything about this game. I left work just after it had started, and I have just gotten home here this evening, and then of course I had to fire up the stream and figure out how to get everything connected. So it is a few minutes of discombobulated play here in my head, just trying to figure out what's going on. And Brabanek is going to go to the box for interference here, knocking the stick out of the Canadian Reed Schaefer's hands. Reed Schaefer taking a shift here in the second period. You like to see that if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan. What? But anyway, friends, as we're getting rocking and rolling, it's a face-off to the left of the goaltender for Czechia, as it'll be won by Czechia. Canada 1-for-1 on the power play so far. This one, though, cleared out of the zone, and it'll go back down deep to Milic, who will leave it there for Olen Zellweger, who will carry up through the zone. He'll dump back and elect to go off to, I believe, who was that? Dylan Gunther, sorry, who will see it left at the blue line, and Canada will be offside. Miles, well, welcome and thank you for being here. As these live streams, I can't do it without you. And the most points in a single tournament in World Junior Championship history, Peters Forsberg with 31. Connor Bedard comes close with 23. That's all right. Here we go. Tom Bedard taking photos with some Canadian fans in the stands. 5:28 to go here in this second period of play. $1:39 left on the Canadian power play. We'll see what these Canadians can do with it. As Connor Bedard will get it back to the defenseman, it'll be fired on to the wide wing, and here comes Dylan Gunther across the blue line. It's turned over promptly there by Brennan Othman and fired down to Olen Zellweger, who will pick it up once again in the Canadian zone and look to lead out. He'll dump back again and set up the attack from behind the Canadian blue line as Connor Bedard carries across, and it'll be dumped back to Zellweger, at the blue line, where he will carry and rotate with Bedard. Bedard walks down, looks to pass down deep, gets it down to Shane Wright, and Wright will be able to carry it back up to Bedard, but he misses the pass, so it is what it is. And we'll get it back to Dylan Gunther, who will carry across the blue line. This one across to Connor Bedard. 4:39 to go here in this second period of play. The play to the front, Brennan Othman almost whacks it home, still loose in front. And the Czechs are able to clear it out in front. That one got dangerous right quick. I don't even know how that puck got funneled to the net, but it did. And here comes Connor Bedard back the other way, trying to make something out of nothing again. But the Canadians have 6 players on the ice, and we will have a too many men penalty for Canada here. I'm sorry, that's a head scratcher as to how that one worked for Canada. Yeah, this referee, he definitely knows what's going on here. That's an obvious call. And here's Connor Bedard firing the shot just onto the back pad by Brennan Othman. Just missed it up over top twice over, and then almost had the chance to finish this game right then and there. If you're Canada, all you'd have to do is clamp down, and suddenly we somehow had 4 forwards and 2 defensemen up there in the attack. And I think Gaucher forgot what was happening there. So too many men, bench penalty for Canada. And we'll have, with 4:21, a face-off in the Canadian end, which they win, and 4-on-4 for the next 30 seconds. Canada looking to move this puck out of their zone. They do, but they miss the pass at center ice, and now the Czechs able to regain a missed pass of their own, goes back into their own possession. And 4:08 as they try to transition out of their own end. It'll go up and into the Canadian end. Czechia across the blue line. They fire the shot up off of Milic and up and out of play. So right like that, there you go. We are going to see a Czech power play here as soon as this 9 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Czech player expires. Brabanek. As soon as that's done and dusted, the Czechs obviously getting a face-off in the Canadian zone here as well. So we'll see what that comes together for them. As with 4-on-4, Czechs setting things up, trying to figure out who's going out there right now to set up this attack for them. Nolan Gaucher will get into the draw. Of course, he's potentially the man I'd accuse of being the extra guy on the ice that took the penalty. But as a key penalty killer for this team, he will take the draw in the Canadian zone. It will be I'll reset, pause, and here we go. The draw is down. Canada wins it, and that will allow us to set up behind our own net and potentially just move this one out of the zone quickly enough to get it down the ice and start this penalty kill with a $1:27 to go here in this second period of play on the penalty kill for Canada with 3:42 to go in the second period. As Canada needs this. This is an absolutely crucial kill. You might be up 2-0, but you need to get the kill right here if you're the guys in the white with red cladding jerseys tonight. As this one goes to the middle, nobody home, and Tyson Hines able to fire the puck on down the ice. And that'll allow, well, this is a great play by Ostapchuk to get to the puck. He's going to get digging down deep there against 4 Czech players. And they've only got 1 wide trying to make the breakout pass happen with 49 seconds to go here in the power play. This is a big kill, like I said, for Canada, and we got to see if we can get it here. 3:03 to go in this second period. It's carried across the Canadian blue line. Czechs back to the blue line. They'll go for the one-timer, the shot, the block in front. I believe that hit Waugh once again. 30 seconds remain on the power play for Czechia. They will come to the near side dot and go back, rotate high to the blue line. The shot comes from just above the slot. It's denied again. Czechia picks the puck up along the boards. They're forced out there by Waugh. And so far, so good on this penalty kill for Canada. They now have 10 seconds to go. They'll fire a bobbling puck down all the way to shoot. Somebody will have to tell me how to pronounce the goaltender's name. I've heard it a million times this week, but I couldn't tell you. This one shot down to Milic, though, after it crossed the blue line, and we are back to 5-on-5, baby. Big time kill for Canada, and here coming the other way is Shane Wright in on net. Sorry, that's not Shane Wright. That's number 19, Adam Fantilli. He had a nice dangle in front of the net, couldn't bury it, and then another puck bobbles in the blue paint, but doesn't pan out for Canada, and now they'll have to turn back the Czechs one more time here in their own zone before they make the breakout pass. They do now, and it's all the way down to Milic again, who will play off to Brant Clark. Brant Clark will carry ahead, and this one will go all the way down and around the boards. It'll go off the back of the net, and now Czechia will pick this one up and allow Canada actually to somehow just pick it up and fire it back down deep. I must have missed something there, but somehow that puck ended up on a Canadian stick, and now Czechia trying to transition through the neutral zone. They are offside with a $1:29 to go in this second period. Adam Fantilli definitely mixing it up here a little bit as he comes up in through the neutral zone with a head of steam, in on net, makes a D, cuts to the net, backhand off the pad and denied there, and then almost flicked it back in front for another great chance, as it was a little disruptive play there from the Czech player, but still a good-looking one nonetheless for Adam Fantilli, who has 26 points in 16 games played with Michigan in the NCAA this season. $1:25 to go in the second period. This puck's rimmed around the neutral zone a little bit as both teams look to control it. It's bouncing, and Connor Bedard will pick it up for Canada. He's got 2 men to beat. He'll go out wide and try to drag to the front of the net. It goes to the defense. Hines, shot fired, blocked in front. And we have... what? Hold on. What was that? Oh, it's a crease violation for Joshua Waugh. Okay, so he took position within the Czech crease, which is a crease violation, and the face-off comes outside of the Czech blue line. All right, game on, I guess so. $1:03 to go here in this second period. Czechia works the puck ahead, and they'll get it on into the Canadian end. They'll fire the shot. Milic the save. It'll be worked off the boards, and another shot fired up the boards by Canada. Turned back over, and Milic forced to make the blue line save, and he will hold on for another whistle with 51.2 seconds remaining here in this second period. And friends, as we take a second before we head to commercials or anything, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do, hang around for a little bit. Get a feel of how Dolynny TV works. Figure out if you're an Oilers fan or don't mind Oilers fans, and then consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. Really appreciate that. 10 subscribers away from 9,900 tonight. And this one face-off won back by Canada, and they will carry and drag the puck to the forehand and get it out in the neutral. This one, Ostapchuk coming in on the attack. He'll get down deep first, but Tied up there by 3 Czechs, who will continue to hold the puck along the boards, and now Czechia will work it out. 33 seconds remain on the clock for Czechia to try and change the score. They'll dipsy doodle, but a nice defensive play by Del Mastro holds them up. And now this one will be worked off the boards by the Czechs. After they regain possession, it'll be dragged to the outside, and the shot from the blue line blocked in front again by layers of Canadian defense. To the far side corner, this one worked by Del Mastro, battling there, 10 seconds on the clock. Canada just needs to bleed the clock dry here with 5 seconds to go. Shot Milic the save, 1 second to go, another ditch effort there by Czechia, and with the whistle expired, we will have 2 periods of play done and dusted in this hockey game, my friends, as Canada gets the job done and will hold on to a 2-0 lead with 20 minutes to go in Halifax till gold. Good period. Good fun. Hey, we're back at it, eh? We're back ready to rock and roll. And again, friends, like I said, if you're new to the channel, I do want you to consider hitting that subscribe button simply because, I mean, if you're an Oilers fan, I need you to stick around for that, but secondary too, if you want to be a part of a crazy journey that I've been on for the past 10 years and help get me within that 100 striking distance of 10,000, that would be absolutely incredible of you, and it'd be a sure dang solid that I would appreciate. Anyway, we are up 2-0 after 2 periods of play as Canada. Things are rocking and rolling along so far. Obviously for Shane Wright, a big goal to make it 2-0. He's been a guy that I don't think's had a ton of offense compared to Connor Bedard this tournament, but still a guy that's been very impactful so far. Dylan Guenther opened the scoring in the first period for Canada. Obviously it was after 2 penalties there. David Jiricek takes a penalty. And 10 seconds later, Dylan Guenther, actually that did score. Okay, so it was a power play marker. Cool. Power play marker for Dylan Guenther with 10 seconds to go in the power play. That's what I'm reading. Brant Clark and Brennan Othman got the assists. And then obviously Shane Wright from Brennan Othman and Dylan Guenther. So that top line for Canada has been absolutely impactful so far in this hockey game. And hopefully we get it going. We are real close to something happening here for Canada, something special, right? Obviously Czechia and doing what they did against us in that opening game on Boxing Day. You knew we were looking for revenge, and we got revenge here so far through 2 periods of play, and now it's just about not choking it at the end of the game. That's all it comes down to. And sorry, give me a second. My good friend Patrick from the Oilers Fanatic sending me over some photos, and no way, he actually got it. He actually got it. He actually got the tweet. He actually got it at the podium. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, anyway, friends. And hey, THPN, big shout out to the only other guy doing a legal live stream of the game. YouTube dropping the ball tonight. That's been the case throughout the entire World Juniors, and I believe too, I think if you're looking for other live streams right now, there is, trying to think of who's live. I've got it in the subscriptions feed. Give me a second. Internet's not working so well. Nathan Gravita from Sportsnet, and I think John with Hot Take Hockey was live at one point, but it appears he's gone off air here tonight. So obviously there's a ton of illegal streams every single World Juniors, but this year was especially bad for it. And I mean, that's kind of one thing that we've seen, unfortunately, for the internet and the space is they crack down on the illegal streaming websites. I think NHL 66 or whatever it is a little bit off its rails from where it used to be, but now now the problem is all the live streams are just popping up on YouTube. And obviously those guys are just getting people to donate and pay them via PayPal, and it's just shake your head how anyone even thinks that should be a good business decision. I don't know. Anyway, my gripes with illegal live streams aside, friends, we're rocking and rolling tonight. Having a good game so far. 2-0 for Canada after 2 periods of play. Dylan Gunther, Shane Wright, crushing it. Obviously, Brendan Othman assisting on both goals too. And, actually, sorry, Brant Clark had the assist on the Dylan Gunther goal. Like I said, I'm coming in late. And, hey, thank you, and I'll have to go over there and leave a like on your stream as well, my friends. That's something I'll have to go seek out. Oh, nope. Apparently I don't have voice typing enabled on my phone. That's fantastic. But as we're just getting, it's intermission time here, friends, and we are crushing along for... Oop, that's loud. That's loud. That's loud. Alright, here we go. Let's leave it. See, even watching the ads. Hey, Tyson's good for something. There we go. Like left on the stream, we'll let that buck a little bit there on the phone as long as the battery lets it go. And my friends, let's get it going. Alright. However, is there anything else we can glean from this? I have to go over to old tsn.ca and see if there's anything we can get out of this tsn.ca and see if we can't find something here, I guess we could say. As when I went to tsn.ca 5 minutes ago to pull up the game, pretty much all I did is go to the game, right? That was kind of the idea. That's what I was trying to do. And now as we're sitting here waiting to find the scores, I don't know why it didn't. Okay, scores. Oh my goodness, I'm a disaster today, and it looks like Latvia won relegation round, so Austria is up and out, as I think they probably should be. I guess you could say it's probably a good thing that Austria is back in the lower division again, because they anyway, as things are rocking and rolling, just have to exit the live player, stop the live player so I'm not watching twice over. Canada's got 22 shots to 14 against Czechia so far through 2 periods of play. The Canadian power play 1 for 2. Czechs are 0 for 3 on the power play. As things are right now, of course, they're not keeping track of any other stats on tsn.ca, and they don't even tell you how many points Dylan Gunther, Brant Clark, Brendan Othman, or Shane Wright have in the tournament. So far, so good for Thomas Milic, who is facing Thomas Suchang. Again, somebody has to tell me how to pronounce that one, because I've heard it pronounced, and it does not seem to be pronounced the way it looks there, so that's my apologies. Anyway, friends, if you've got anything you want to add to tonight's live stream, anything you want to vent about so far about this game that I might not know about, throw that in the chat as we get things going, because I'd love to hear from you wherever you're tuning in from. I guess realistically, coming into this game as late as I have tonight, you might as well just sit there and say, hey, you know what? Throw me where you're at, and let me know where you're tuning in from across the world, because here's the thing. As far as I know on Dolynny TV, historically speaking, with the Oilers coverage at least, I've got a pretty international audience. I had some friends from New Zealand tuning in for the first time in a little while there the other night, and I think it's just nice to see where everyone's tuning in from. So if you want to let me know where you're tuning in from. Miles, I know you're already tuning in from, where was it? I saw it a minute ago. Enoch Cree Nation, and I think Gillies TV tuning in from just outside of Edmonton, Alberta this evening. So there's a couple of good Alberta people in here, but obviously too it's a little bit more international as it is. So we'll see where everyone's tuning in from tonight. And Amanda's tuning in hoping for a Canada W. Well, we got 20 periods to play, or 20 minutes of a period to play yet here in the third to secure that, but I'm sure we will get that going here in a matter of moments. And I'm just going to take a second here to see what I'm missing. Let me see if I can close poll. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Awesome. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to down this delicious Mr. Squirt, Ruby Red Squirt from Montana. The benefit of being in Alberta. If you guys don't know the benefits of living in southern Alberta, I come from northern Alberta. I grew up and born and raised in Cold Lake, Alberta, but the benefits of living just outside of Calgary nowadays is you know people that are going to the States all the time. And every once in a while they discover something that's absolutely incredible down there, and they bring you back a case, and then the next time you go, you give them a 20, and you tell them, bring me back the special of whatever that is. And this time around, 20 bucks got me 4 cases of the Ruby Red Squirt. So if you're wondering what Squirt is, it's a beautiful thirst quencher. That's the old American term there. And it's a berry and, what is it? Berry and citrus soda. Very fantastic drink. But if you would have seen the short I was going to post last night, you would have a little bit of laugh at what I'm doing here. Dean's tuning in from Alberta Beach, Alberta. And again, here's the thing. I've heard of most of these places that people throw in the chat all the time, but I never have a real good recollection of where they are, but that's half the fun of it. Anyway, friends, a little bit thirsty. Been a hard afternoon at work. Of course, here's the thing. Good omens tonight. I'll tell you why good omens tonight. Obviously, too, we've got an Edmonton Oilers game coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll tune into that after the fact, or we might just not live stream that, whatever the case might be, just do the post game tonight. However, good omens, because as you know, in the summertime there, when I was running around doing all the house packs, doing all the rodeos, doing everything out there in the wild that I was during the summer before coming back and settling into YouTube full time again, is the fact that I was drinking a lot of BioSteel. I don't know if you know the official drink of the NHL, but I was drinking a lot of BioSteel, and the big part about it was I was pushing hard for that sponsorship. Maybe at the wrong time. However, you don't get if you don't get asked. But you know what? I had a BioSteel today. First time in a few weeks. And I think it's going to be a good omen. Canada's going to win gold. And I think, well, you think too, Edmonton's going to win tonight. Let's do it. Why not? 2 for 2. Hey, I should put it on a sports ticket, but I'm not. Because Dolynny TV does not promote gambling. Although we support our friends who do gamble on sports because they watch Dolynny TV. It's kind of a conundrum there. It's a paradox. It's I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't have big fancy English words ready to go at 6:30 on a Thursday night when I've got a Calgary Flames game to go to tomorrow. Thank goodness it's free, but also it's going to be a dang good time. Anyway, Epiphany's in here telling me Patrick is at the Oilers game. Friends, I don't know what you know about Patrick being at the Oilers game, but when it comes to this Oilers game for Patrick, the seats that he's secured, as far as I understand, are like contest seats from the Edmonton Oilers. And what I understand of that is he got some sick perks out of it. There will be a photo coming to his Twitter, or already on his Twitter later today, of sitting in the media room. I don't want to say anything more than that, because it's kind of actually a nifty little follow-up to something him and I took a photo of back on opening night against the Vancouver Canucks. So kind of fantastic to see it finally come full circle for him, and see him smiling and beaming in that photo was really, really good. Anyway, friends, we are just waiting for this intermission to come to an end here so as we can rock on into the third period, get up, get onto a gold medal, and get ourselves on and dusted with a pretty good night of junior hockey here on Dolynny TV as we close out the 2023 World Junior Championships. Here and gone so quick. And the 2023 U18 Women's World Championship is on Sunday at noon Mountain Time. See, if I really felt like messing around and bringing this more international hockey to Dolynny TV, we absolutely could live stream that. However, there's a small glitch in the system there where I will be at the Bakersfield Condors game with somebody you might have heard me just talking about down here in Calgary on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So that's very exciting for those of you Dolynny TV viewers in Calgary. If you're in the stream tonight and you have a chance to get some tickets down to that Bakersfield Condors game, let's do it. Let's get as many of us down there as we can, because my goodness, that would be a good time to go support the boys in orange and blue that we're bringing on up to the big leagues here sometime soon. But that's the plan for Sunday. And obviously Patrick and I will try and bring you some live coverage of the Colorado Oilers game on Saturday night. We just don't know quite how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out, whether we go out to the bar for it and go outside for the intermissions. Whatever we do, we'll figure it out and get it going for you. I promise you that. But as we're sitting right now, Canada leads 2-0 going into the third period. Logan Stankoven had an absolute beauty of a chance this game. Nobody told me about that as of yet, but that looked absolutely dangerous. And then Shane Wright, top of the net in the corner, putting it home and scoring a big old goal. Don't mind me at all. That's a big one as we get going here. As we go, okie dokie. Sure. Alright, anyways. They're promoting the Gothenburg, Sweden World Juniors next year. That'll be fun because the times will be a little bit messed up for us Canadian fans, but it might be a little bit easier as well, simply put, to broadcast them during the day instead of at 4:30. I don't know what I'd prefer, out west in Canada or out in Gothenburg, Sweden. I think there might be something to be said for the games in Gothenburg, Sweden, but we'll find out as we go along. Being able to watch at work on the TV in the new showroom next winter, don't mind me. That sounds like a dang good way to not do any work during the off week there during Christmas where nobody's really coming in. But friends, good evening. Welcome to Dolynny TV. My great pleasure to have you along the night. Just goofing around here in the intermission, waiting for this hockey game to get back up and underway. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you choosing a local, I guess would be the term, legal live stream to watch tonight's game via, or listen to tonight's game via. We'll have the play-by-play in a matter of moments here, but if you're new to the channel, if you would be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel, that would be absolutely fantastic. Closing in on 10,000 subscribers, now just 110 away as I fired up the live stream this afternoon for this Canada game. And other than that, I don't have much else to tell you. We're going to try and do something crazy like hit, I don't know, 50 hours watched in the span of a period and a half, but we'll see what happens here in the third period, especially if this game somehow ends up going into that forsaken territory of a gold medal game for Canada. Anyway, friends, we're at 9.1 hours streamed so far. Like I said, that's kind of just a stretch goal for the live stream tonight, as I don't really expect much out of this one. Firing up late, I just wanted to make sure I showed face before we close things off here in this final game of the World Juniors. Obviously, the gold medal game. Shane Wright scoring the second period goal. Gord Miller and Mike Johnson have our final call for the third period. Hopefully, the final frame of action between Canada and Czechia. And like I said, now we're already up to 98-91. So we've got 109 to go, my friends. The action, the excitement is building as we get towards that 10,000 subscriber mark. And of course, if anyone has any kind of great ideas as to what I should do for 10,000 subscribers, let me know in the chat here tonight, because I'm open to suggestions. I don't have many ideas myself because I never really thought that I'd get here this quick this month. All right. Either way, we're just about ready for third period action here between Canada and Czechia, which should take us home for a gold medal if things hold up here for Canada. Don't blame me if I cursed it, because, hey, there's a whole bunch of other people probably saying the same dang thing, but we got to get there first, and obviously that's what's important at the end of the day, is playing a solid 20 minutes of hockey, go score another goal, make it 3, hold them down, finish the game. I don't care about the donut in the score column. Just go win this game tonight for the fans in Halifax, who have been absolutely unreal. I mean, the support for the World Juniors out east, I think, is just probably the best we've seen in years at the World Junior level in Canada, and it has been a fantastic tournament so far. So let's close it on down here. Czechia wins the face-off. They'll chip it off the boards and get it down into the Canadian end. All the way out to play it, Olin Zellweger over to defense partner Del Mastro, who will fire it down the ice, and that will be an icing call against Canada here with 19:47 to go in the third period of play. And, well, we're off and running, right? And I thought about it the other night, basically how I talked about it in what was it, the quarterfinal matchup, was simply put, in the third period in the World Juniors, what you want to look at is every single 30-second shift. Think about it, right? 30 seconds off the clock is 30 seconds off the clock. Take it and run. Move on to the next 30 seconds. And that was what Canada did well against Slovakia to win. And now we'll have to do it again tonight as we're going to get going here this evening, but Czechia, the shot fired, tipped wide of Milic. Milic is going to see this one played off the boards by his Canadian defenseman, and will be worked out into the neutral zone where, taking a spill, Dylan Gunther gets it back to Shane Wright, back to Olin Zellweger, and back to Gunther, and now across the blue line, and Shane Wright attacks the net. Short side, off the side of the net and back into Czech possession. They'll get out of their own zone, turn it over in the neutral to Canada, and back in on the attack. Here comes Josh Waugh, who will fire the shot. And, well, that will be a save from the goaltender for Czechia, and that will be, with 19:11, a whistle and a face-off in the Czech zone. And that was a beauty of a feed there by Gunther to free up Shane Wright, and it goes right off the neck chest area of the goaltender. So never mind me saying it went off the side of the net. My apologies, friends. Misleading you there. 19:11 to go here in this third period of play. Julia, tuning in from the Nunavut again tonight. Appreciate you coming on by this evening. As always, I mean, we've kind of developed some pretty good regulars here on Dolynny TV. Czechia rolling into the Canadian zone. 18:58 to go here in the third period. Czechia is going to fire the puck down deep, and thinking of playing it was Milic, but this is going to be instead carried off the boards by Canada, and they'll work to the backhand, and here comes Connor Bedard leading in as Brant Clark gets across the blue line. He's turned back by a stick of a Czech player, and back the other way. Here come the Czechs again on the attack, but they are turned off the puck there by Brant Clark, recovering defensively for Canada. And now with 18:30 to go here in this third period, you've already done 30 seconds times 3 here in this period. And that's what you like to see. Connor Bedard attacking the zone. He tries to drag. Zellweger drives to the middle. He misses it. Bedard regains possession. He'll fire a shot down low to, oh my goodness, Zach Dean fires it off the pads 3 times over. And Canada sees it cleared out of the zone. 18:07 to go. I was trying to think of who that was, wearing number 14. He was denied 3 times, but Zach Dean, who's also had a very good tournament here for Canada, stopped that time dead on the doorstop twice over, and then the pad third time cleared it out of the zone for Czechia. And 17:50 remains here in this third period, so you're just about done. The, well, what? 5th and a half shift here, or 5th or 4th and a half shift, whatever you want to say, as we close in on 2.5 minutes gone here in this third period. It's an icing call against Canada, and we will have a face-off within the Canadian zone after it comes back all the way on icing. And this was just beauty puck movement there by Canada, and just, my goodness, missing it just that much was Zach Dean, who fired it up and then off of the pad and then off of the blocker of again, I tried to say the name. Nobody's told me how to pronounce it. So Sukanich? I don't know. Either way, 17:34 to go here in this third period. Czechia wins the face-off, and they're going to work it around the zone. Back to the blue line. The shot comes. Milic, the save in front. Another shot fired wide of the net. Canada escapes the zone. No, held still in by the Czechs, as they will get it down deep to Zellweger, who slaps the stick out of the Czech player's hands, and it bobbles over the blue line. And that will get it out of the zone for Czechia finally. So Canada resetting as Czechia walks across the line again. Milic fights off a puck. Canada comes into possession, and they will work back into the neutral here. 17 minutes to go. So you've worked through the first 3 minutes of this period. Exactly the first 15% of the period gone, and Czechia still a goose egg in the score column, so hopefully Canada keeps them going here as Reed Schaefer takes a pass ahead. He'll dump it on deep into the near side corner, now behind the net. 16:42 to go. A weird shot there. It goes wide of the net, and Brant Clark comes up to play it all the way down behind the Czech net. Schaefer working off the man. His big frame gets it back to the blue line. Del Mastro faking. He'll go down below the goal line here, and that'll allow Schaefer to fire a shot, and the save there from the outside. And with 16:23 to go, we will have a whistle and another stop in the action here. Canada, though, doing exactly what they need to do. Play in the offensive zone, pile up the shots, don't allow the Czechs to transition out of the zone soundly, and give up less than quality chances against the rest of the way home. And let's go win a gold medal, my friends. This one is for all of us, obviously, as Canadians, and that's where we're hoping to get it tonight is a big-time victory against a team, the only team to beat us at this year's World Juniors. We want to bring it on home and take home the gold medal after what was a little bit, as the players called it, an embarrassment on home ice. And Jeff, hey, appreciate you tuning in from work again. And this is my favorite part is, you know what? I wish I had the opportunity to tune into live streams from work, but you guys being able to spend a few minutes of your working day with me, I absolutely appreciate that tenfold. As, hey, you know what? You're helping me out while I do a little bit of work myself. So here we go. 16:08 to go in the third period for Canada. Working out from their own zone. Brant Clark will work it ahead. He'll fire it on down deep. Goes all the way down to the goaltender for the Czech side, and it'll be worked back by Canada into possession. The shot fired, blocked in front. 15:50 to go in the third period. And I mean, this Halifax crowd is little pins and needles right now. I don't think they're in bring it home territory as of yet, but they are getting ready. They're saving their energy, you could say. 15:35 to go in the third period. The Czechs work it out from behind their own zone as they are cheering on, "Go Canada, go," or "Let's go Canada," whatever they're saying within the building. I'm talking too loud to hear it, but the Czechs still trying to get this puck down in the Canadian end. It'll go all the way down in the near side corner in Canada's end. The shot fired wide of the net, sets up zone time though for the Czechs. It'll be fired wide of the net again. Canada meeting this puck. It'll be Zellweger trying to knock it off the boards, and it will go up and out of play off a high stick. So we will have a whistle and a face-off outside of the Canadian zone. My friends, most goals, single World Junior tournament for Czechia. 35 this year, 43 the all-time record in 1995. Appreciate you being along for the ride tonight. Great to have you as we go through what will be the final game of the 2023 World Junior Championships in Halifax. Canada trying to bring home gold right now with 15:09 to go in the third. We're this close to deciding who wins it, and Canada looking like the favorite right now, up 2-0 with 15 minutes to go in the third period. 26-18 the shots for Canada. They've done exactly what they've had to through the first quarter of the period so far, and they look to continue that as we go into the next 5-minute segment. But first off, you got to just complete the next few 30-second segments. The shot coming from the Czechs at the blue line. They're going to hold back, pace over to the far side line, and just fan up on the shot, and Canada's able to get a poke check out of the zone and get it down to the Czech goaltender, who fires it back up into the neutral. Canada almost caught on the too many men again as the bench was still open, and now a battle for the puck in the Czech zone. This one being worked around by Fantilli, who works back into the neutral. He'll be a million miles offside, throwing that pass into the Czech zone. Owen Beck coming across the line a little too soon. And now Czechia and Canada chesting up in the neutral zone a little bit here, and that's the big part for this one. Don't take any dumb penalties. Don't do anything that's going to cost you the game right now. And Sapovalov just kind of throwing the stick around on Hines. He throws a little bit of a shove on Kulich, and now we have a whistle and a face-off in the neutral zone at center ice. 14:22 to go here in the third period of play. 2-0 over top of the Czechs. Canada leads. This one back at the blue line again for the Czechs. They'll fire it down deep in behind the Canadian net. They'll carry out wide and go back to the blue line again. The shot fires loaded, blocked in front, and they just can't seem to get that point shot through like they wish they could here in this game. And the Czechs doing a good battle, keeping it alive at the blue line to get it back into the Canadian end. But Canada with the puck, they'll tip it down deep once again. Out to play it. Canada off the goaltender for the Czech Republic after he left it there for his defenseman. And now we got 13:43 to go in this third period. Like I said, second by second, we are getting closer, and the building is getting rowdier and rowdier and rowdier in Halifax. Every single second ticking off the clock with 13:30 to go. Canada regains the puck in their neutral zone, and they will go through, pass it back right onto a waiting stick of a Czech player. Bad pass there from Dylan Gunther, but it's only dumped in by the Czechs, and out to play it will be the Canadians back in their own zone as Brendan Othman fires it off the boards. Another turnover there, but a good astute play and a poke check by Shane Wright to get it up and out into the offensive zone. Gunther off the backhand tries to get it over to Othman. He does. Sorry, that's Joshua Roa coming into the play. Wall will feed off onto the end boards and allow the Czechs to time up there where Gunther will go chasing after it, but it's too far out of the reach for him, and Canada will have to see it played ahead by the Czechs to regain possession in their own end. Logan Stankoven comes into the play. It's Waugh and Bedard and Stankoven. This puck played to the middle, and Waugh's going to come play it over to Brant Clark. Brant Clark, who's had a very solid tournament. Here's Logan Stankoven cutting to the middle. He's going to walk it off, and the shot fired, and it's blocked in front, and now Waugh still carrying this puck. He's going to walk around the zone, fire it far side corner, and it's met there by Stankoven, who sees Bedard try to assist him in the play but can't get the job done. It's chopped out into the neutral, and here comes Brant Clark to flip it back in, right in on the Czech goaltender. 12:06 to go here in this third period of play. Time continues, my friends, continues to wind on down. Canada close to taking a tripping ball call, maybe, I don't think. Connor Bedard appears to be good. Milic comes out to play it, and Zellweger will play it off the boards and get it ahead to Dean. Dean trying to battle this puck here along the boards just inside his own zone on the near side. Zellweger plays it off, and that will be picked up by Ostapchuk, who goes off to Del Mastro. Del Mastro is able to get it out of the zone on a broken play, and Czechia will fire it back in right onto the tape of Zach Dean, who will lift it on into the neutral right in front of the Czech bench before Canada just smartly chips it on in. Kill the clock, 27-18 the shots. We've got 11-17 to go here in this third period, and so far so good for Canada in this third period. They've done exactly what they need to, just kind of walking and rolling this third period, keeping sure the play continues for as long as possible, whistle to whistle. We've now got exactly 11 minutes left here in this third period, and this is a much easier kind of game to call, as you just walk it home is what Canada is trying to do, up 2-0 with 10:55 to go here in this third period. Stevie Y in the building for the Detroit Red Wings, and man, he is changing as he ages. He's looking a little older nowadays than he did when he first took over as general manager of the Tampa Bay Lightning, now back with his longtime Detroit Red Wings. And 10:55 remains here in this third period. Go Canada, go. The fans getting rowdy as we go. Here we go. Shane Wright gets it off the face-off into the corner. Wright plays it in front. Just missed an on-waiting Brennan Othman back door. It goes off the pads of the Czech goaltender, and it's rimmed around the Czech zone by Canada one more time to try and set up a shot. They do off the side of the goaltender, and now Shane Wright battling here, and I am loving Shane Wright's compete level in this game. He wants it. He's bringing it home. That's what he's attempting to do here as Captain Canada for this tournament. The shot fired back down behind the net. Brendan Othman rims it in front, and Shane Wright battling off the boards. He's taken down. He takes the Czech player down clean, and they're checking the referees to see if both players are all right. 10:14 to go as we approach halfway home in the third period with 10 minutes to play, as Canada almost that close to taking home the gold medal now. As we are rocking and rolling through this period, and it's poked ahead by Canada, and now a chance for Shane Wright with Dylan Gunther right in down. Shot fired, saved by the goaltender. Big time stop there on another 2-on-1 for Canada. The shot, Milic, the save the other way. You know, a good shot on one end usually leads to a goal at the other, but Milic able to turn him aside promptly on the next shot. Czechia working in along the boards in the Canadian zone, trying to come up with the puck, but Joshua Waugh carries it ahead. Logan Stankoven's got Connor Bedard. They're offside. They'll fire it in and try to get back to get going here, as 9:24 remains here in this third period of play, as Bedard carries it ahead off the boards, and it's tipped back to Olin Zellweger, who will go all the way long, stretch pass to Logan Stankoven, who's erased from the play. The Czechs clamping down on the Canadians just as much as the Canadians are clamping down on the Czechs, but it is what it is, as both teams try not to give an inch and keep the game right where it is, and Czechia obviously trying to draw within one and then draw even here in the last 9 minutes of play. It escapes the Canadian zone, back down into the Czech zone as the Czech defenseman carries after it. He gets over to it, far side corner, and the Czechs are able to transition. Oh, a bad turnover shot, save again by the Czech goaltender, who's been fantastic all tournament, and a reason why the Czechs have any hope here in the last 8:35 of this third period of play. As this one back and around, Gaucher plays it off to Ostapchuk. Ostapchuk back to the blue line. Del Mastro fires it off the boards, gets down to Gaucher. Gaucher gets stapled there. Fantilli is along the boards. Gaucher fires it off back behind the net. And this one will be picked up there by Del Mastro as he goes off the boards back behind the net again. And Canada just kind of ground and pound within the Czech zone. Eat up zone time and make sure the Czechs can't do something productive with the puck. 2:15 to go here as we... Or 2:15, sorry, missed up a number. I was looking at the wrong screen. 7:56 to go here in this third period. And here we go. Here we go. Halifax coming to their feet in a matter of moments as they are clapping up a storm in the seats right now with 7:40 on the clock as they look to bring it home here in this third period. Halifax, you've done us proud as Canadians this tournament. Absolutely coming up clutch, and it's off the post, and Czechia scores! Off the post, back off of Milic, and it's back of the net. Just a seamless, harmless looking shot, finds the post, bounces into the net. And all of a sudden, what was seeming like we were going to sleepwalk our way to a gold medal game win turns into a 2-1 game with 7:30 to go. All right, game on. Hey, you know what? I was enjoying just being able to call a nice, easy, relaxed, easy-going game. And here we go. Ooh, was that puck offside? Is that what they're looking at here? I don't know. But that is just rough for Canada, as it's just a perfect hit of the post, and it goes off of the post right in behind Milic. Zellweger doesn't close the gap close enough, and Kulich puts it back door right into the open net on Milic. So right now, as it stands, it's 2-1 for Czechia, although I don't know if they're checking to see if it's offside or what here. To your point, Miles, I'm not sure. I'm a little bit behind you, so we'll see what happens. But it will be a face-off at center ice and a third period in which we are now down to 2-1. Coolid, when you're asking about the Oilers game, I'm going to stream into 7 o'clock time for the finish of this hockey game, and then we're going to finish off supper, and then we're going to decide on streaming the Oilers game. I think it's pretty much a 90% yes at this point. Like I said, there's a couple of things I'd like to see tonight that I've put in motion tonight. 7:00 on the clock. Czechia down by 1. Canada 2-1 over Czechia, friends. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate you being along for the ride tonight. I can throw ads your way. I can do whatever I want tonight, but the only thing that matters to me this evening, other than a Canadian gold medal win, is you, if you're new to the channel, potentially hitting that subscribe button, entering this live stream. I was 10 away from 9,900, and as it currently sits, that would put me 100 away from the big 10,000. So if you'd be so kind to be part of that incredible number tonight and help me get closer, and then maybe come back for the Oilers game tonight, that would be greatly appreciated. With 6:49 to go here for Canada, as we look to take home gold. It's in the Canadian zone. The Czechs all of a sudden over the last minute have spent a lot of time in there. Another turnover tipped on deep, and it's a tie game. Are you kidding me? No way. No. No. Not a chance. The Czechs tie it on a tip out in front of the net. And yeah, the crowd goes from 100 to 0, just like that. And now suddenly Canada, with just over 5 minutes remaining in the third period, needs a hero. It goes off a tip, off of Hines in front, his skate, the inside of his knee, and past Milic, who kicks it into his net a little bit on the deflecting puck as it bounces up over top of his skate. And Czechia, as we were walking this one home, friends, we were walking this one home just about a minute ago, I swear, and now it's 2-2 and the game is tied, and the building in Halifax, instead of getting down on themselves, has exploded yet again in support for the red and white to try and bring this game home and win the gold medal still on home ice. No quit in this crowd this evening. No quit in this crowd all tournament. The shot fired down to Milic. He'll glove it over to the defenseman. I believe that's Allen there, and it'll be carried across to Zellweger, who will move it ahead with 6 minutes. Sorry, not over 5 minutes. 6 minutes to go here in this third period. Logan Stankoven, Zach Dean, and Connor Bedard on the ice. Koss gets the goal. The shot for Czechia fired off the blocker of Milic. And right now, Zach Dean trying to work through the neutral zone. This one suddenly pins and needles, friends. Pins and needles. That's what we're sitting on. 5:40 to go here in this third period. Canada will work out of their zone. Here comes Zach Dean. He'll get in across the blue line. He'll get down deep, but again denied by the Czech defense. And Ostapchuk gets to the puck. He's battled off there, looking for a penalty with Czechia. It's flipped out into the neutral zone, and now suddenly, like I said, don't give an inch. But we are going to absolutely fight and claw. Roommates coming down to feed the animals. And yeah, the look on the faces would tell you everything you need to know about what's just happened here in this third period. Canada in the neutral zone with the puck with 5:05 to go in the third period. 2-2 the score between Czechia and Canada. And a game that was looking easy going. No longer as such, as Canada looks for their hero for the 2023 World Junior Championships. And I think most of us know who that hero deserves and who that hero will and who that hero should be. And right now a shot fired to the front of the net. Gunther saved by the Czech goaltender. Ooh. Connor Bedard, check your phone. Canada is calling. That's all I got to say. We are this close to getting it going. And as it is, friends, Jim, we can talk about the Oilers later. Right now, we just need to win a hockey game. And talking about the Oilers usually probably isn't a good thing to do right now. But, friends, we're on commercial break again. If you're just joining us, welcome into Dolynny TV. It's just suddenly turned to 2-2 for Czechia against Canada. It was 2-0 for Canada moments ago, but things have gone sideways. That said, if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do is take the rest of this hockey game and then think about coming back for the Oilers game, but do that via hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV. And if you are subscribed and you don't have notifications enabled, friends, I can attest to it. Notifications can be some of the handiest things. That is, if you're a huge Dolynny TV fan. I'm not a big fan of having push notifications for somebody's internet video pushed to my phone, but for the people that matter most to me, I usually do. So if I'm in that group for you, I'd really appreciate you being so kind to add that to your list of things to do on YouTube. As we get Homielander in here, Jeff's back in here. And yeah, guys, we walked away for 5 minutes, and suddenly it's 2-2. Flipper, welcome in. As we get set for the last 4:40 of this third period, friends, as we try to close out this game. We need a hero, like I said. Connor Bedard, Canada is calling. It's your moment to shine right now. Everybody in hockey, when you're a huge talent, gets their signature moment. And I think this, of all tournaments, would be Connor Bedard's to have. 4:40 to go in this third period. Halifax is on their feet. Halifax is on their feet. With exactly 4:35 to go, they'll sit down. They were pumped up then. I think some of them are still standing. And that's what you're going to find. Some of the fans will be standing the rest of the way, whether on pins and needles or we're cheering the boys on to gold medal glory. Connor Bedard tips it down out of the zone, and it's all the way back into the Czech end. 4:18 to go here. And forgive me if I sound a little bit nervous, because by golly, am I ever, as Canada tries to bring home this gold medal goal and gold medal game that 5 minutes ago seemed like a foregone conclusion the way they were playing. Here's the puck passed behind the Czech net. 3:58 to go as the puck's worked back up the boards, and a mini break for Czechia to the backhand. Milic the denial. 3:50 to go, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Oof. That is a huge save by Milic on the backhand from Czechia, as the play kind of breaks down and he gets the drive to the back of the net and tries to tuck it short side on Milic, but he's able to seal off the post. And we were able to get the job done right then, right there, as we are this close to this game coming to a conclusion in regulation. We're now thinking about overtime. That's the scary part. And Milic's parents, they are some kind of brave goalie parents to be on this stage in this moment and sitting in the stands, not hiding in a bathroom, not hiding in a back room somewhere. That's unlike a lot of goalie parents who can barely watch their kid take warm-up, to be honest with you. From what I know of goalie parents over the course of my broadcasting career, Canada fires the puck behind the net, and now it's worked back to the blue line where, well, Czechia's got it, and they're in the Canadian zone, so it's danger now with 3:30 to go here in this third period of play. Puck worked in behind the Canadian net, but a nice cut off there by Ostapchuk, who will get it across the Czech blue line, dance around one defender. He'll cut back and try to leave it for Zach Dean. He can't do it, and it'll be flipped on out into the neutral zone. And please, I'm telling you, you know what? For Canada to win this game, win it in regulation. Don't give me the stress of overtime, but so help me give me the stress of overtime and the beauty of YouTube during overtime for the World Junior gold medal. Icing call with 3 minutes exactly left here in the third period of play, my friends, as we wind down this game. Good evening. Welcome to Dolynny TV. Some of you have heard me say that 5-6 times now tonight, but I appreciate you being along for the call. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Take the next 5-10 minutes of whatever's left of this game to consider coming back for the Oilers game once dinner's finished with post-game tonight, and then we'll talk all about the Oilers, and you can really get to know me very well tonight. Dylan Guenther's going to lead it out for Shane Wright, who will bust across the Czech blue line. The puck left there for Brennan Othman, who fires it into the glove of the Czech goaltender, and with 2:49 to go, we'll have a commercial break. Friends, I'll send you an ad quickly here, and we'll see what comes from this commercial break as I get to take a much-needed second to decompress, as this is going to be one heck of a tense finish. But that said, too, if you're new to the channel, you've liked the commentary so far, you want to come back for the Oilers game tonight, hit that subscribe button here on the channel. I would love to have you along for tonight's call of the Oilers game and have you along for the rest of the Edmonton Oilers season. I think I do a good half-decent product here, and I'd love to show you what I'm more about other than just World Juniors live streams here on Dolynny TV. But as we're getting things going in this World Juniors live stream, something that I always make mention of is the fact that the watch time is key important to me. And if I could just quickly give you an idea here of what we're going through so far on the stream. Right now, 1,600 minutes watched for 26.8 hours, my friends. So we're crushing along, but we're just about back to action here between Canada and Czechia, live from Halifax. We're almost ready to take this one home. No more commercial breaks, I'd figure, the rest of the way home in this one. Buckle up, sit down, get comfortable, because we could be in for a long overtime as well, depending on what happens here. Canada, the face-off in the Czech zone. Shane Wright to take it. Guenther and Othman flanking him as Hines and Zellweger on the ice as well with 2:49 to go here in this third period of play. The puck rimmed out in the neutral, and it will be kept into Canadian possession. And now suddenly you've got 2:40 left on the clock as Canada looks for their hero in this 2023 World Junior matchup. The shot fired down off the blocker. Shane Wright will go around behind the boards, and this one into possession for Czechia. And they will flip it off the neutral boards and back into their own zone, tipped in by Canada. Back, the Czechs have it in their own end. They'll fire back into the neutral. Missed the pass there, but it hits somebody and it bounces onto a Canadian stick for the time being as Stankoven comes across the boards. And Josh Waugh is offside there for Canada. 2:11 to go in this third period. I keep wanting to leave the stream be. I keep wanting to let the stream just do what it's going to do, but I want to make sure if I miss anything in this game and I have a second to be aware of it, I want to make sure I catch it in the chat again, folks, as I just see a ton of you piling on in here. I appreciate you being along. Thank you so much for tuning in Dolynny TV for your live stream tonight. Really appreciate you being along for the ride with 2:11 to go here in this third period of play. And for some reason, I've found an echo in here just where I'm sitting. I was starting to get a little bit of an echo going, and that's kind of weird. That's the first time I've noticed that here in the new setup. Anyway, 2:11 to go in this third period of play. Canada, Czechia, engaged in a 2-2 hockey game with overtime looming in the 2023 World Junior gold medal game. 2:07 as the clock bleeds down yet again here as action has resumed, I guess you could say. Czechia across the blue line. They'll fire it down around the boards and it'll go back behind the Canadian net as they try to come up with this puck and do something with it within the Canadian zone. Turf to the ice is Logan Stankoven, who will pull up that puck from behind the net and he will try to get it going out. Luke, welcome into the stream, and this one is shot for Czechia, fanned on, and here comes Connor Bedard with the puck, 2-on-2 back the other way. Busting wide on the boards, he's trying to go around behind the net, he's erased physically into the corner, and it comes back to the point where Canada pinches to keep it in. Tyson Hines, who's spent a lot of time on the ice this period, still on the ice with Zellweger. Hines behind him. We'll see Zellweger fire it down deep. 1:18 to go here in this third period of play as Canada tries to bring it home. Connor Bedard fires the shot from out deep. It goes up over top of the net. And here's an opportunity for Gaucher. He gets it going, and now we've got the last 65 seconds of the game as Czechia leaves it there. They tried to push it deep but couldn't get it going, and they've still got it in possession after it was cleared by Canada. And now Czechia across the Canadian blue line dumps it down behind the net. Milic out to play it. Sorry if the play-by-play speeds up here because I'm getting heck nervous. 45.7 seconds to go on an icing call, and Czechia will get a face-off in the Canadian end to try and win this one here. And every time Connor Bedard touches this puck, you can just feel something magic is going to happen. And unfortunately on that last shift, it didn't for Canada. And now with 45.7 seconds to go, Canada's got a little bit of a drill in their own zone, a face-off they got to win to try and win this hockey game. The face-off scrambled up by the Czechs, won back by Canada. Zellweger claps it around the boards. He's out there now with Del Mastro. Pushed ahead by Czechia off the boards. It bounces around in the far side corner in the Canada zone. 32 seconds to go. Czechia fires it. Save Milic. A big one. Canada back the other way. Gets it out into the neutral zone. 23 seconds to go. Czechia leads across the Canadian blue line. A chance there for Zach Dean, who's still trying to stick left shot. Save Milic. A rebound in front. Cleared by the Canadians. Out into the neutral. That one was getting dangerous. 10 seconds to go. Czechia at the Canadian blue line. It goes down to Brant Clark. And my friends, we are going to head to overtime to decide the 2023 World Junior Championship in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Could you have it any other way? Group A, the most electrifying teams of the tournament in all aspects, Czechia and Canada, will go to overtime to decide this hockey game. Milic with the save that counts with 14 seconds left on the clock. And we will go on to try and finish this one up in overtime. I don't know what the overtime rules are. We'll get it in a moment. But Czechia will head off the ice and we will have an intermission prior to overtime firing up. My friends, welcome to Dolynny TV. If you missed what happened, it was a car crash moment for Canada where they just gave up 2 goals, bang, bang. We tied up 2-2 and then nervous moments in that last about 5.5 minutes, but they were able to get the job done, hold them scoreless. And now 1 goal sends us home to win this tournament. Czechia tied it up 2-2, but the next one wins it here in Halifax. Welcome to Dolynny TV. My pleasure to have you along this evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing my live stream as your live stream to watch tonight's broadcast. And we head to overtime to finish this one off. Friends, one thing I can ask of you tonight, if I haven't already, again, apologies to those that I've asked multiple times over because most of you probably already have. But if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, entering tonight's live stream, I was 110 subscribers away from 10,000. If you're able to subscribe and you want to come back and you're liking the product in this live stream, you'll like the Oilers stream tonight, come back, hit that subscribe button. You'll be able to find it in your subscriptions feed and quickly, bang, bang, after I'm done dinner, we can get to Oilers coverage after whoever wins the gold medal at the World Junior Championship this evening. So thank you again for being aboard here on Dolynny TV. Really appreciate it. I can't say how much I've appreciated the sport once again during this World Juniors. It means the world. year in, year out to be able to fire up the World Junior streams and see the support from all of you back home. So hopefully we can deliver the result we're all wishing for tonight. A win for our Canadian boys. Alright, as we'll go, I'll just kind of recap because I just made that subscriber appeal again. But we'll just kind of see what's going on here, as I think we're now up to 98-93. So like I'm saying, I'm not looking to hit 10,000 on this live stream. I'm looking just simply to get within striking distance, that last 100. So if you'd be so kind to consider hitting that subscribe button, and you know what, there's 7 more subscriptions I need to hit 9,900. It's free, it's the easiest thing to do. So let's, if you'd be so kind to consider sticking around with this crazy Oilers fan, I'd appreciate that. It is what it is. And Awesome Matthews here, a regular Dolynny TV viewer, coming in here giving me the gears. I love it. Miles, hard to watch 2 games at the same time. It will be hard to watch 2 games at the same time. Like I said, we're going to finish this one up. I'm going to go eat, and then I'm going to come back down, and we're going to start the Edmonton Oilers stream. So we got a little bit of work to do tonight, and Flipper do with the real serious question: am I going to have a voice left to do the Oilers feed tonight? We're going to find out. That's the hard question here. We're going to have to figure out what's going to happen. And there is a god dang big spider crawling around, and he's going into the bag, and oh my goodness, that guy is scary. I got to kill him. I got to kill him. I just watched a big time spider crawl out of my vent in my room here. That was creepy, and now I'm gonna have to watch for watching a spider walk across the room. But I think what I'm gonna have to do is go crumple that bag. Give me a minute. We're gonna see what we can do against this big scary guy. Okay, hopefully I squished him. That's all I'm hoping. Cat, please eat the spider. Please kill the spider, Cat. That would really appreciate you. Yeah, he's going to go check it out and see what he can figure out over there. Good job, Cat. Really appreciate you. Anyway, oh my goodness, Spider Watch. Cheers from San Diego. Jam, welcome into the stream. An OT starts right away here, hopefully. I think we're going to have a regular intermission, though, as we'll see what comes of it. But both my cats, both my outdoor former cats, wandering around here in the basement now, trying to find where this spider went to. But that guy was a big spider. Problem is, the roommate's even more scared of spiders than I am. So that's going to be a problem for everybody involved, I think. Hi, little city. Hi, little city. You coming up? Coming up to cuddle? Hi, buddy. All right. Little guy wants to come up. We'll get the little 3-legged guy up here before we get going. As we get going here, look at this little 3-legged guy. If you're missing, he's missing his leg. All right. We're getting it going. Canada for the win. That's hopefully the plan here tonight. And I don't know where you're tuning in from, my friend, that you don't know where the game is televised, but it's televised on TSN. Yeah, it's broadcast on TSN here in Canada. As we get set, friends, it's 2-2 as we are getting going here. Let me see what we have to cap off that scoring summary, as that was kind of sketchy there for Canada in that third period. Dylan Guenther, Shane Wright opened the scoring for Canada. Guenther in the first period, Shane Wright in the second period. We got up 2-0. Yuri Kulich scored 12:30 into that third period, and then Jakob Koss scored 13:24 into the third period, and that's what ended up scoring the game-tying goal for Czechia, which sends us to overtime. So we can talk about spiders being sketchy, but no, we're into sketchy territory here for Canada this evening as we try to bring home this gold medal here tonight. As we're hoping to try and finish this one off. And the Leafs are getting slammed by the Kraken. Well, I guess I should check what the score of the Oilers game is. Hold on. Let me just casually here, friends. Casually, let's edit things up. I'm not going to call the Oilers game, but we're going to go like this. Okay, we're going to raise this up. And we're going to go get this Sportsnet scoreboard going. We're just waiting for overtime to start here. But we're trying to get that Oilers score up here as well, right? That's the fancy part of my live broadcasting software, is I can do a lot of fancy things. And for those of us that care about the Oilers score, like me, maybe we should try and figure out what's going on there. Yeah, Seattle's slamming Toronto 5-1. Oof. I mean, Seattle's a good team. They just put the Oilers down 5-2, so not like I have any room to talk as an Oilers fan. Anyway, the Oilers and Islanders scoreless 20 seconds in. Jack Campbell's starting for the Oilers this evening, in case you were wondering. For those regular Dolynny TV viewers who are wondering where the Edmonton Oilers stream is, we got much more pressing matters here on the channel this evening. Obviously, that being the World Juniors. There we go. That is going to work just dandy, as we're going to get both scoreboards up. And we're going to be able to do what we need to do tonight, as we're just waiting for this scoreboard to load in. And there we go. We should be good to go to have both Canadian score and the New York Islanders game score for the Oilers. And there we go. We'll just kind of tuck this in the corner a little bit better. There we go. Good to go. Cool. All right. We good? We happy? I'm happy. Let's do it, as we're going to rock and roll here in a matter of moments. Yeah, somebody is going to win by a score of 3-2. That's going to be the final score tonight in this Canada versus Czechia matchup. There is no shootout in the gold medal game. That's what you need to know. There's absolutely no shootout for the gold medal game, so that's where we get at least a little reprieve, is we're not going to have to deal with a stupid shootout deciding who wins this hockey game this evening as we go into overtime. We should be nearing it, getting close here. But we'll see what ends up happening here for Canada as we head to commercial break. Friends, welcome to Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson. I will carry you through the rest of the action tonight. It's my great pleasure to have you along for tonight's broadcast. I hope that any part of what you take away from tonight, you consider coming back for my Edmonton Oilers live stream later this evening. Obviously, the Oilers score is on the screen for a reason, but I'd like to have you back for the Oilers game once I get back down here after dinner to resume streaming and getting back to business. But thank you again for choosing me for your live stream. I know there's 1,000,001 illegal streams out there tonight, but I really appreciate you hanging out with me and choosing this former Junior B broadcaster turned Oilers YouTuber to have your call of this overtime between Czechia and Canada. That said, one more time while I've got time. This is something, right? I mean, we're just filling time at this moment. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button here on the channel. I'd love to have you. Like I said, I want you to come back for the Oilers game. I want you to come check out what Dolynny TV is really all about. Obviously, here I'll put up, just for those of you tuning in and want to get to know me a little bit better, there's some good content that I put out yesterday. Take it from whoever you want. It's either the worst, whiniest video I've ever put out, or it's the best thing I've ever said on Dolynny TV. So let's see here if you can check that video out for me here. Yes, it's getting sketchy. As the average home price in Canada, I believe right now is up over $660,000. That kind of aggregates Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal all in there as well. Calgary, Edmonton, everybody's involved. But about $660 is the average home price within Canada right now, last I checked, on the housing market, which is something I have to do regularly as somebody A, looking to buy a house, and B, as somebody who works in sort of around the housing industry. All right. My friends, we're rocking and rolling. Miles has got the score, 17:30 into the period, or 17 minutes and 30 seconds left in the period for Edmonton and New York. Interesting. And it's 3-1 shots for New York Islanders. Good to know, but we are blitzing along here, friends. We are just waiting for overtime to get underway here between Canada and Czechia. They're making a production of this overtime intermission, that is for sure. Trying to make us wait it out, sweat it out as long as humanly possible before we get this hockey game underway. But we're waiting to get things going here in overtime. But JM, just for your information, $660,000 Canadian When you consider what that divides out to in American at about 1.3, that's about $497,000 American. I have a lot of American buddies, so I know the currency um, currency exchange pretty well. So that's pretty good. And Flipper D, you've just got your assessment tonight, and that's exactly what it is. All right, game on. As we are waiting for this overtime to get underway, my friends. It's 2-2 between Canada and Czechia as we head to the first period of overtime. Currently 0-0 between Edmonton and New York. Appreciate you all being along for the ride here on the channel tonight, as I'm sure with this big surge of everybody coming to hang out here on the channel as we pins and needles to figure out who's going to win this hockey game. We've probably figured out here that 1749 times 1.6. Oh my goodness. I didn't think it was going to be possible the way we were coasting home. 46.64 hours watched on the stream. We are that close to bringing home the 50 hours that I thought we might be able to do prior to the live stream getting underway. All right. Again, if anyone wants to let me know where they're watching from tonight, let me know who's going to win this hockey game. Get in the chat right now. Let me know your thoughts, and let's bring this hockey game home, why don't we? Because it's going to be one heck of a good finish. Whether Canada wins or not, it's going to be a thriller in overtime between Canada and Czechia. All right. So we are going to get going here in just a matter of moments, friends. We're minutes away from overtime getting underway, and then we are going to go out there and crush ourselves. What is going to be one of those special moments, hopefully for Canada, one of those moments where a guy like Connor Bedard comes up in the clutch and shines like nothing before. And they're now advertising finally the Mario movie. This is the first time I've seen advertisements for the Mario movie, which must have just finally came out. But yeah, we are absolutely just about geared up for overtime as Bicarb is tuning in. Bicarba, sorry, is tuning in from Edmonton. I'd figure that a bunch of us are tuning in from within somewhere in Alberta this evening, but the best part about having 170 people currently live watching the live stream all at once together is that we've got a ton of people from around the world tuning in as we get this thing going. But as we're just waiting for this hockey game to get underway, again, a big thank you for choosing Dolynny TV, choosing a local, legit live streamer on YouTube to have your call for tonight's hockey game. I really appreciate that. That means the world, as it's only gotten tougher year in, year out doing the World Juniors to try and make a go of it during every single stream. Albert, you've got Waugh will score the goal for Canada. And you're tuning in from Happy Valley, Goose Bay, Labrador. I love it. Bedard's going to score. Yeah, I think Connor Bedard takes it home. I don't think there is at all anything to be said for anyone else bringing it home. But it's Yuri Kulich and Jakub Kos bringing home the goals in the tournament. Yuri Kulich is 7th of the tournament, 12:30 into the period. And then, like I said, when I talk about things going awry for Canada, it's that car crash moment where the wheels come off the bus, and it is one of those moments you get scored on twice within a minute, and that is it. That is all. And Jeff, you're saying we all know the real winner will be Gary Bettman, especially if Connor Bedard wins, because obviously you know where Connor Bedard is headed to tonight, is the NHL following this. So here we go. The Oilers still tied 0-0 for anyone that really cares, but it's up on the screen, so I don't think too many people are worried about me telling them the Oilers score, but we are just about ready for overtime. Mike Johnson and Gord Miller are on the call on my TV screen right now, so we're this close to this hockey game getting underway, and that puck, a different bounce off of Tyson Hines' knee, and we end up winning this one 2-1 in regulation. Instead, it is 2-2 headed into overtime. The goal puck's written on the penalty box, waiting for the third puck to be added to the mountain. Puck is at center ice, waiting for this game to get going here. And I can feel just a chill enter the room. Legitimately, I just got chills down my back as Milic draws into the net for Canada. And here we go. Let's see what comes together for Canada. The Halifax is on their feet. Absolutely an electric building. Potentially the best building the World Juniors have been hosted in over the past 5-10 years. And here we go. Canada Czechia in overtime, 3-on-3 for the gold medal. Stankoven, Zellweger, and Connor Bedard started out the face-off at center ice. The chill in the room, it's in the air. Connor Bedard right off the opening face-off. He'll drag into the zone. He'll work back to Zellweger at center ice. Zellweger goes back to him, Connor Bedard in his own zone, and here's Bedard loading up, and Halifax getting to their feet as he enters. Shot fired. The goaltender, the save for Czechia. And we will have ourselves a face-off in the offensive zone with 19 seconds gone in the third period. And they are playing 20 minutes of 3-on-3 here in overtime. So you get this as long as it goes on. But you imagine right here, right now, the signature moment of the tournament. Connor Bedard looking to end it in overtime with Logan Stankoven and Olen Zellweger. Canada coming to their feet in Halifax. Everybody ready to try and get this one done. Connor Bedard wins it back to Zellweger. Zellweger looks across to Stankoven. Stankoven will draw it back out of the zone. And this is the old not-so-heavy minutes here in overtime. As Connor Bedard cuts to the outside, he's turned back by the Czech defense. He'll circle back to the front of the net. Here's Bedard wheeling around the net. He works to the outside wing, and he's on the near side now. He'll go back to Stankoven. Stankoven will cut to the net. Shot fired over top of the net. It'll cycle back down into the Canadian end, and here's Connor Bedard with his teammates changing, coming out to play this puck. He'll carry out from beyond his net, and he will work up into the neutral zone. Near side wing, he cuts back at the blue line and plays it on back to Shane Wright, but a turnover there to the Czechs, and here's their first opportunity of overtime. Dragging to the backhand around the net. They'll go high zone and back to the blue line, and this one an opportunity here to try and finish it, but they'll work back into the neutral and reset as a man goes off for a line change for them. And now Shane Wright's lost his stick. He'll try to get back into the play. He does. And now Czechia across the blue line into the Canadian end. They've got the puck down deep. 18:33 to go as Czechia works it back into the neutral zone here. 18:28 on the clock here in overtime as both teams try to figure out a victor here as it goes in overtime between these two teams. Zellweger cuts off the play, and now back the other way it comes for Zellweger, who's got a backhand drive. He tries to take it, can't cut it there. He'll get it back to the blue line, worked there by Gunther. Zellweger back to Gunther at the Canadian blue line now as they work it back into possession and try to set something up. Waugh gets taken down. No call here in overtime. Zellweger fans up on the shot, and Czechia almost had a break for a one-on-one back the other way. 17:50 to go in this overtime period as both teams still looking to find a victory tonight. Czechia will rock and roll out of their own zone. 3 men on the ice again for them after they complete a line change. One-on-one back the other way. Canada takes the body. Brant Clark separates man from puck for the time being, and he will again separate man from puck as he will look into the near side corner in the Canadian end and fire it ahead. This puck just misses a Canadian stick. No icing call here. Connor Bedard on the ice once again for Canada. 17:15 to go. And Guy is watching from Panama this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in from Panama. Currently got a friend in Panama right now, actually. Connor Bedard carrying across for Canada into the offensive zone. Again, cuts into that near side corner. It's knocked off his stick, and Czechia will fire it across the zone, looking to make the play here. 16:56 to go here in this overtime period. Both teams trying to do something as this one's going to come back down the other way. Czechia is going to fire it across the zone. They've got it in the Canadian end. 16:40 in the period remaining as we are 3-on-3 here in overtime. Looks like Adam Fantilli is now taking a shift for Canada on this overtime frame as both teams engaged in battle trying to win this one here in overtime in this first frame. Canada in behind their own net. Hines has the puck. He'll play it ahead to Shane Wright. Wright fires it out to Fantilli. He's got a one-on-one back the other way. One man to beat. Can't do it. 16-16 as the Czechs regain possession and rush back the other way. 3-on-3, thrill me all night as Milic will fire it off the pads and he'll get it over to Shane Wright, who loads up Dylan Gunther. Gunther back the other way. He's got one man to beat. He's stopped again. Both teams stick check action end to end. And this one is denied again at the Canadian blue line on the entry for the Czechs. worked back into the Czech zone. They've still got possession. They'll work Gunther back down deep, and now Czechia, one man to beat yet again. Zellweger's got the man. He'll take the body and force him down in behind the net. 15:40 to go, and the Oilers are up 1-0. The Oilers have scored. It's Canada 2-2 against Czechia. The Edmonton Oilers have scored first tonight. Not usually a good sign, though, as this one's worked by Czechia. Working in, and they will try and get this going. It's in their own zone. They're playing pitch and catch, trying to find a way to break through this Canadian defense. 15:16 to go. Here's Czechia down the wing. The shot blocked by Brant Clark off his stick. 15:10 in this third period as we go end-to-end looking for a victor. Here's an opportunity for Czechia. Again, a massive block by Brant Clark right there. A good big-time save by Clark, and now a chance for Canada to regain possession. Here's Connor Bedard with the puck in his own zone. He'll wait for his line mates to complete a change. And here comes Olen Zellweger across the blue line. He's carrying in. He fires the shot, saved by Czechia. 14:46 to go here in this third period, or overtime. I'm thinking it's still the third period. No, it is overtime, my friends, as we are absolutely crushing along here on the live stream tonight. Thank you for being here. Czechia in their own zone with this puck. The best part is it slows down for moments, and I can at least acknowledge you being in the stream with me this evening. Really appreciate it. 14:24 to go as Ethan Del Mastro plays the puck in behind his own net. And now random guys are going to start cropping up on the ice for Canada, as he can't play the big guns all the period, as Adam Fantilli carries, fires, misses the shot, blocked in front, it battles into the crease, big time poke away by the Czech side as they recover and get it down behind their own net. And my goodness, it is one of those nights where we go end to end, pins and needles. I said it in that third period, and we're just looking for somebody to end this one here for either team tonight. Czechia across, denied again by Brant Clark. He'll get it ahead. Canada's got a 2-on-1 the other way. Joshua Roy in on Dylan Gunther. Scores! Canada 2023 World Junior Gold! Dylan Gunther in overtime, baby. Let's go. No way. On the 2-on-1, finished off by Dylan Gunther, and Canada finishes gold in overtime to win. Let's go. That feels good. That's what we needed tonight, my friends. Canada gets the job done in overtime, and everybody dog piles into the corner to celebrate a gold medal victory. Miles, you might have seen it first, but thank you for not spoiling it, as Czechia comes this close to a World Juniors gold, and the fans are almost trying to climb over the glass to celebrate with the boys. That was a thrilling finish to an absolutely unreal tournament for Canada. A comeback story, obviously, having to face the Czechs and being that close to losing this one again. The only loss of the tournament against Czechia in the Boxing Day game and the round robin. And suddenly Dylan Gunther in overtime, the gold medal hero, to win it, as Allen gives him a big hug and everybody coming over to say congratulations to the game-winning goal scorer in overtime, Dylan Gunther. And I mean that. There you go. Canada stand up tall. The final in overtime, 3-2, as Shane Wright comes over to congratulate his assistant captain, Dylan Gunther. And my friends, we have taken home gold for another year straight at the World Juniors. A beautiful effort there from Canada, and that one a special one for sure. A memorable one as it comes across the line. Waugh gets the play across to Gunther, who makes no mistake on the 2-on-1 and finishes it off. But what a poke check there by Brant Clark to finish it off, who had points. I think Dylan Gunther, if I'm not mistaken, points on all three goals of the game. And if he's not your player of the game, you needed somebody to have a signature moment, and it's Dylan Gunther, a 3-point performance in what will be his last ever World Juniors, to win World Juniors gold on home soil in Halifax. And guess what? The best part of this is he's an Edmonton kid, my friends. Dylan Gunther, pride of Alberta, brings home a World Juniors medal. It's gold in Halifax this evening. Friends, Thank you so much for being along for the ride tonight. 3-2. I'm not going to stick around for the medal presentations. I really appreciate you being here. The only thing I want to tell you before you head out, thank you again for choosing Dolynny TV, and if you'd be so kind to hit that subscribe button before you head out. I'll be back in about half an hour's time for the Edmonton Oilers live stream. Buckle up, get ready, take the first intermission to have some fun, and we'll talk to you in the second period of the Oilers game. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. You have been absolutely fantastic tonight, Canada, and we're golden once again.